There's a huge conversation regarding DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion piece. And when you look at the images of a woman who's literally two-thirds the size of President Trump, it's even that alone, or the woman who's fumbling around with her firearm trying to figure out what to do. Or there's another image of a woman, back behind Trump, kind of looks crouched over. I mean, we're taking a snapshot in time. It doesn't
Yeah.
illustrate the entire picture,
Right.
but it's pretty damning, and it's a real indictment on DEI, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like I've always said, you need pipe hitters that can flip the switch to violence in a heartbeat, and they do it from a thinking shooter's point of view, meaning they're pulling guns and they're doing what they need to do, but they're also smart enough and experienced enough not to do something stupid in those moments, right? And you know, pipe hitters tend to be males, not females, and that's what you need around your president. It's important to note too, the Secret Service is not an offensive unit. It's 100% defense, right? I mean, everything they do is defensive. And that's just how it is in the PSD world, right? You wait for something to happen and then you respond as quickly and as methodically as possible based on your protocols. And so at the end of the day, they are always at the disadvantage and it's on them. But going back to the female leadership and, increasing Secret Service female employment by 30% so that we've seen it, I think I mean, I just feel like you need pipe hitters around the leader of the free world.
I agree. I think too many people tend to believe, and this is a direct result of the feminist movement, that just because a woman can't necessarily do the same job a man can do, that she's inferior. And I don't believe that. As far as human worth goes, women bring so much to the table, so much to the equation. We need women in society and culture, but we don't need them in these roles. That's the reality of it. And I would even suggest, and maybe you disagree with me, we don't need them in combat roles. Supportive roles? Sure. Absolutely. I think there's incredible women who are incredibly nurturing, incredibly talented, incredibly intelligent. Do I need them breaking down doors in some foreign conflict? Of course not. I think only a degenerate, weak, pacified society would even argue that case.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think women have a place in everything in our lives, obviously. It's nothing against women. It's bringing the best possible performing, highest quality person for the job, right? And if your job is to drag a 200-pound plus man to safety, it probably is going to take another man of that size and strength to do it. So the standards of what the best is, what is the best for the president, and then hire based on that. Not hire because we need to fit a certain percentage of different people and demographics into an agency. It's, hey, it's the president of the United States. Now, what does it take to protect him the best we can? Right? And there's variables. Then you make sure all of those variables are matched by the people and the technology you put around him. And I think if you worked it backwards, one, that's not discrimination, right? That's just facts that you're adhering to and requirements that you're adhering to. And the odds are it's going to be a bunch of linebackers that can carry a 200-pound man to the safety of a vehicle or whatever the incident is. It's not rocket science, and it used to be the standard. It used to be okay, but as we've seen the last couple of years, it's become strange that different minorities of our population have the biggest bullhorn and the majority have to sit here and go, oh, I guess we gotta go with this. We just have to roll with this. Like, what happened to majority rules? It just doesn't exist, which is the foundation of democracy. So if the majority doesn't rule, then where's the democracy at?